Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. 9 races, including 2 at listed level on Saturday. We're expecting a partly cloudy day, around 29 degrees Celsius. The track to be a good 4, and the rail it will be at the 1 metre position. Race number 1 at Ascot on Saturday will jump at 12:57. It's the TABtouch West Speed Platinum Maiden over 1,400 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the latest trial, A Forgotten Jewel.
Back behind those there was Jade Ellen Star, and the last 2 are going to be Nakomi Cherie, I should say. And getting through on the inside was Son of the Sun. Taking the lead though for Brad Parnham was Forgotten Jewel inside the last 100, and it starts to draw away with the ears going back and forth, and it will win nicely. Forgotten Jewel beats Sway Bay.
Doesn't look like the strongest way to start the card here at Ascot on Saturday. Hence I'm going with the debutant. Number 6, Forgotten Jewel, has trialled really nicely. Her full sister is a city winner, and Lindsay Smith has picked out what I think is a very suitable race. The blinkers go on, has drawn a bit sticky, 9 of 10, but I don't think this is a great race, and therefore going with the unraced one. Goes on top from number 8, Diamond Trade, who probably should have broken her duck 2 weeks ago. She was only just behind Princely Package, fastest sectionals as well. It was a much improved performance from the run before that when only beating 1 home, but she is nothing special. Number 1 is Trade Fair Express, who is probably unlikely to turn the tables on Diamond Trade from the aforementioned race, and he is clearly a non-winner. 5 minor placings from the 7 starts. And then number 10, Peggy's Joy, was 4th in that race behind Diamond Trade and Trade Fair Express last time out. Goes in the minors here. Top selection in race number 1 is number 6, Forgotten Jewel, to beat 8 Diamond Trade, 1 Trade Fair Express and 10 Peggy's Joy. Race number 2 at Ascot on Saturday will jump at 1:37. It's the DeSonia Maiden over 1,100 metres in replay. Let's have a look at the latest trial of Universal Angel.
Redwood Ransom still leads by about 4 or 5. Triple Plan moved up on the outside of Phoenix of Witten. Universal Angel, Onzi Run is hugging the rails as they head towards the line, but all the way is going to be for Chris Graham out in front. Redwood Ransom, it jumped, it run, and it goes on to win nicely.
Race number 2 is very similar to race number 1. It's a maiden without a great deal of depth, so I was looking towards the debutants. There's 2 in the race, and landed on number 6, Universal Angel. This is the relation to Spiritual Warrior, who of course has won black type races here in Perth. He makes his belated debut on Saturday, and whilst he's got the bubble cheeker on and he's obviously had a fair few issues, hence the scratching a few weeks ago, he certainly has looked up to this grade in the trial. William Pike goes on, gate number 3 goes on top. I think a big improver might be number 4, Oilskin, performed well below market expectations first up, but does return to the races in the blinkers, and Neville Parnham's yard is in very, very good form. Number 2 is the Honeyman, probably boasts the best of the exposed form in this race, but it is hard to see him winning. He's had the 1 third place from the 13 starts, Kath Fleming and Paul Harvey combined. And then number 9, City Centre. I suppose we've got to look at race number 1. There's a lot of collateral form there for City Centre. He will be supported if it receives a bit of a boost there, but I've jumped off this horse a few times now and only goes in the minors. Top selection in race number 2 is number 6, Universal Angel, to beat 4 Oilskin, 2 the Honeyman and 9 City Centre. Race number 3 at Ascot on Saturday will jump at 2:17. It's the Verdigris Yearlings Plate over 1,000 metres. The race sponsored by Gysel Park Stud. They've got some yearlings at the Magic Million sales next week. In replay, let's have a look at the first up run of Guarded.
But nowhere to go. In the straight, Guarded, Sunny Silk have raced to Alma Talk. MTA's trying to get out. Dom to Shoot is running on as well. And then came Surveillance. Sunny Silk fights. Guarded's after Sunny Silk's. Dom to Shoot is coming late as well. Dom to Shoot hit the front. Surveillance diving. Dom to Shoot beats Surveillance. Sunny Silk and
Guarded over-raced and was wide throughout the replay race. That was his debut, but it was probably the run of the contest, and I think it's the most important form line. 7 of the 14 acceptors come out of that event. Neville Parnham spoke to the Races WA on Twitter on Wednesday afternoon, and when asked to nominate his best bet of the week, it was Guarded. He was very, very confident. Goes on top from number 7, Sunny Silk, who gets the blinkers, drops in trip, and has been thereabouts on each of her 4 starts. Can certainly figure in the finish here. Number 1, Dom to Shoot, is named after the Premiership hero Dom Sheed. He was the narrow winner of the aforementioned juvenile event. Does carry a penalty here, but should be there or thereabouts. And then really interesting runner is number 6, Off We Go. Cost $110,000 as a yearling. Adam Durant trains, William Pike rides, well related. The dam won several races. Top selection in race number 3 is number 2, Guarded, to beat 7 Sunny Silk, 1 Dom to Shoot, and 6 Off We Go. Race number 4 at Ascot on Saturday will jump at 2:55. It's the C Corp handicap over 1,000 metres, and in replay we're going to look at the first up run of Illustrious Tycoon.
ATM followed further back then by Vermont Lady, but Soitan Rapido broke clear past the 200, led by 2.5. Here's the danger though. Vina Waltz down the outside, Keeper's Tail and ATM and Illustrious Tycoon. They're queuing up. ATM got the head in front. It's ATM. You can collect in the last at the ATM.
Thought Illustrious Tycoon was very fresh on his rear appearance, and whilst he missed the top 3, finishing 4th in the race rated very, very well indeed, and his effort was strong throughout. He was better than benchmark to the 6 and better than benchmark all the way home. I think in a race that's going to be very fast run, he is worth risking here because I think the market might underestimate his performance last start. Goes on top. The map horse in this race, I think, is number 5, Hoboken. Gate number 1 is a little bit of a query, but his last win was in a similar event to this that was run at a very fast tempo, and that's how Saturday's race looks like playing out. Number 2 is Transgressor, has won back-to-back races either side of his 44-day freshen up, but he was on speed in both of those, and it is going to be tough to win this race on speed, which is why I'm not going chips in with Illustrious Tycoon. And then number 7, Poor Old Plutocracy, cannot draw a gate. He's drawn gate number 8 on Saturday. Again, maps to disadvantage. He so deserves to win a Saturday race. I'm just not sure if he'll be on Saturday. He's had 4 minor placings in a row and he's drawn sticky in 3 of them. Top selection in race number 4 is number 6, Illustrious Tycoon, to beat 5 Hoboken, 2 Transgressor and 7 The Luckless Plutocracy.